Awesome. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday, and thank you as always for logging in. Or yeah, some of you joining on catch up from the recording. So I really appreciate all of it. So thank you so much. Yeah, we're just gonna go through. Let's do it. Just gonna Perfect. Amazing. So, Happy New Year. I don't think we've had a class since the new year. So we're going to lean into that, just a little bit more of that theme. We did a little bit of talk about it on the Thursday. I know not everyone could make it, but we're going to do a little bit of time, or Tuesday, sorry. I'll take a little bit of time just to lean into like letting go of anything that feels heavy, really honoring 2025, and then just leaning into this lovely element of 2026. And I guess it's not for me personally. I always kind of stay in the lane of like it's not a new year, new you. It's something that I think can sometimes be detrimental. It suggests that we have to change. Actually, sometimes January continues to allow us to be wintering, to be cozy, to stay exactly where we were in December, and that's also great. But I do like the line that is drawn, and I think that I've kind of suggested in the past this idea that we could do it every morning. We could wake up and say, there's a fresh day. Let's leave the past behind us and take the things we want through into the future. But I love that line between like an actual date that suggests, we just have like a bit of a, let's leave that, let's shed that, let's let that go. And then maybe we reflect on the things we want to take through into this next chapter, if you wanted to see it that way. And in yoga, there's this like fancy word called your sankalpa. And I always bring it up this time of year because it just is this idea of like setting an intention, and maybe something to think about in the class, maybe something to think about throughout your year. You don't have to. But the easiest way to explain a sankalpa is how we often set little intentions. And maybe throughout this session, maybe throughout January, you can think about what your sankalpa might be. Maybe it's one word often is all we need. One word, one feeling, one idea, one word that really captures maybe what you would like to bring a little bit more of into your life. So it could be laughter. It could be sometimes I think of the idea of like things being lighter. If this year felt really heavy, your sankalpa could just be joy. It could be peace. I've definitely had years where my sankalpa was balance. That was something that I needed in my life. Abundance. Maybe things felt tight this year. Whatever it is. Maybe it's calm, peace, fun, joy, travel, adventure, whatever it is, release, relax, whatever it is that you feel. Maybe if there's a word that resonated with you, there's so many other things. But sometimes setting a sankalpa or intention, again, it's this idea of like setting the sat nav of our brain. We're like putting something in there to kind of guide us a little bit rather than just wandering through 2026 without a little bit of a wish for ourselves. And I really like that. So as we start the session today, I just thought we could lean into that a little bit. Maybe what is your sankalpa? Is there something that comes to mind? And don't worry if there isn't. But it is nice just to reflect a little bit on you, because I know so many of you spend so much time helping each other, helping other people, being there. It's important that in our classes, at least in that hour, once or twice a week, that you really can like just be with yourself and practice that self-care. What is it that you need? What is it that you want? As you move into this next year. Amazing. Let's take a deep breath in. I'm going to slowly breathing out. You can have more than one sankalpa, by the way. If all the words felt good, just let them kind of roll through your head. We'll kind of explore that in the next month as well, in our other classes. So stay tuned for a little bit more chat on what that is and how maybe we can link that part of yoga, our sankalpa, into our lives and our new year. All right, so not a new year, not a new you. It is a new year, but it's not a new you. It's just let's think about where we want to drive our car, maybe, of life. All right, we'll start in child's pose today. I think that's such a good place If you're on your back, that's all good. I'm going to invite you just to peel yourself up. We're going to find that lovely work. Let's get into the hips. I spent a little bit of time in one of our last classes as well in the same area, the core. We're going to work into those spaces that maybe we've been sat or walking or doing different things, maybe out of our routine. And how can we just get into our bodies and out of our heads? And cheers, my beautiful friends. Let's do it. You know the guidance for our child's pose. You can have the knees wide and take my little slippers off. Ooh, I feel a little chilly in my house this morning. I don't know about you. I can feel that change of temperature. Really leaning into that January cold. Join me for a cup of tea if you don't already have one. And let's just take it in a way that you need it today. So if it feels good to have the knees wider, it's actually like, oh, Megs, those hips as I lean forward. I'm going to take my knees back into a little bit more hip distance. Let's just start in that child's pose. I'm going to begin with my knees wide. I know I personally just quite like to get into those hips, but I'm going to start on my forearms, just lean in. Stack the fists and bring my forehead here and just take it slow before maybe bringing the body a bit deeper. You choose. Listen to your body, play with options, be really good to yourself. Breathing in and breathing out, just drop the shoulders down, let the tailbone sink down and see how that feels. Again, making any adjustments that you might need. Inhaling and slowly exhaling out. Good. Closing the eyes, just allowing ourselves to settle and sink. Letting the body melt into the floor. This beautiful like surrender pose. I love it. It's this idea of, I kind of find like as I fold forward into the floor, the mat, or any sort of forward fold, often signifies a little bit of thanks and gratitude. But with the eyes closed and the body just sitting a little bit deeper into your child's pose, noticing what the body needs, I also invite you just to find a little moment. You reflected on 2025. I know some of it was heavy, some of it was beautiful. What are the moments that stand out for you? Anything at all that you think, I feel really grateful for that this year? Could it have been just a peaceful day with beautiful, kind people that you adore? Could it have been a memory, somewhere you traveled? Just sitting in the sunshine, the summertime. Is there anything at all that you think, oh, that was such a lovely thing, a lovely moment? It could just be simply giggling with family, children, grandchildren, making something, creating something. Take deep breaths in. Notice where the breath fills that space in the body and breathing out. Leaning into those hips maybe a little deeper. See if you can squeeze or take the knees a little wider if that feels comfortable. Not just stay where you are, but really listening to the body. Inhaling and exhaling for 4. Amazing. 3, 2, and 1. And as we reflect a little bit on those moments that were really great, I want us to just capture and bottle that up. We'll take that through with us to the next door to 2026. Let's take those moments, that peacefulness, that joy, those smiles, that adventure. Maybe that will help form what your word is, maybe your intention or your sankalpa. Doesn't always have to be this big long list of to-dos. Maybe just a word. What is your word? Can you explore what it is, or if you know straight away? Let's focus a little bit on that as we move and flow today. We're going to push into the hands, lift the body up, slowly peel the legs back up, the hips, knees come back in. Finding tabletop position here. Good. We're going to do one of my faves just to get into the spine. So we're going to bring the hands slightly forward, just lean forward. See how that feels. Let the pelvis draw down, maybe drawing the chest through. You can let the pelvis really draw through, but don't sink into those shoulders. Push into those hands. Feel really strong here. You want to feel that push into the floor, into the mat as you possibly drop the chest through. You can also keep the hips high if the spine is tight. Good. Inhale, slowly drawing in from your core, coming back to tabletop. And as we exhale, sinking down, arms extend, feel that drawing. So you're going to hopefully feel this feels really lovely, working the biceps away and draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Feel that lovely release. Inhale, drawing in, use the core coming all the way back up. So here you can stay here, pushing into the hands. We can draw the chest through, work the shoulders down. Good, feel that lovely extension. What's happening for you in that spine? Heart open, inhale. Core, push into those hands, drawing in and coming all the way back. Exhale. Breathing in and breathing out for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, drawing in and slowly drawing the pelvis forward. Draw through with the chest. Got it. Draw the chin in, work the shoulders down. Feel strong as you push into that mat. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming all the way back up just to tabletop here. Beautiful. We're going to take a little C shape. So all I'm going to do is wiggle that tailbone left to right. Take a moment and stop and look at that back foot as you make those C shapes back to center and over. You find a little flow when you feel ready. We're just taking a little stretch into that side body, the lower back. You can do them slow or quick. Notice I sometimes get that lovely stretch in the upper body, a little bit in the shoulders. Good. Breathing in and breathing out with me for 3. Nice one. 2. A little bit of a hello to the spine. And 1, coming all the way back to center. Let's take a nice little cat and cow. Tucking under. Start with your cat. Oh, hello to that upper back body. Draw the chin in. Breathing in. And breathing out. Lovely. Oh, that body's feeling good. Feel that stretch. And inhale, drop the belly, draw the chest through, shoulders down. Again, just lifting in that tailbone. On that beautiful cow. Soften in the forehead, little smile if you like. Inhale. And exhale, just feel the spine releasing here as you really work to arch that back. Inhale. And as we exhale, tuck under. Working to pull the shoulder blades apart in your cat pose. Good. Maybe add that little wiggle if you want. Left to right. You can draw the head side to side. See how that feels maybe in cat pose. That one always feels good to me. Everybody's body's different. So work in a way that feels authentic to you today for 3. Amazing. Softening in the face. 2. And 1. Back to center. Beautiful. 1 more cat and cow. Inhale. Let's find our cow pose. Draw the chest forward, shoulders down. Work the tailbone up. Let that belly really draw down. Everything arching. Lovely. Release the spine, all that you've been up to the last few weeks. Inhale. Tucking under. Sometimes just feels really good this holiday season. Drop the chin in. Option to just stay here in stillness. You can add that little wiggle in our last one. Inhale. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center. Slowly sinking down into your child's pose. Just take that little bit of pressure off the wrists and softening down. Good child's pose can just be kind of more knees parallel, or you can wiggle them wide. We're going to stay for 2 breaths. Inhale. Nice and deep, and slow that exhalation down. If you haven't already tapped into that slow breath, really work to extend the exhalation today. Good. You'll notice I take lots of breaths with my mouth open. I'm really struggle these kind of times of year with sinus, but you're welcome to use your Ujjayi breath, mouth closed. Just make sure whatever choice you make, really focus on extending that out breath. Really powerful in calming the nervous system. Good. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Bringing the body up to a nice upright position. Now I'm going to face you. We're just going to take the hands over towards the right hand side. Good, reaching across. And then as you want, kind of listen to your body. As it feels good, we're going to sink back down into child's pose. So sink the tailbone down, down, down. If you feel like the hands need to come with you, you might need to wiggle them back more towards the middle. Or if it feels comfortable, reaching them over towards the right, just relax the head. I want you to try and breathe into that side body. So we're trying to think about all those areas, maybe where we're kind of out of routine, Take that left hand on top of the right if you want. Breathing in, breathing out. See if you can fill the ribs on that left side with your breath. Inhale. And exhale, amazing, coming back to the middle and over to the other side. Good, reaching over towards that left-hand side. Just feel it out. Sometimes it's nice to lift in the tailbone and then sink down and see where you find that little edge. Maybe bring the right hand on top. You've got it wherever you are. Don't strain in the neck. Let the head just relax on one of the arms, both of the arms, whatever you like. Just let everything soften and take those beautiful deep breaths in and out. Feel it where you need to feel it. Sometimes I can feel it all the way from the shoulders, the armpits, the side body. Just breathe. Good. Such a lovely little way to warm up. Relaxing in the face. Try not to tighten in the jaw as we kind of lean into these spaces that feel really a bit sore, maybe tender. Inhale, reaching forward and slowly walking the hands, bringing them all the way back up. Beautiful. From here, we're going to swing the legs around and just come to a nice upright position, seated on the mat. Nice job. Have a little drink for me. Good morning. Beautiful. So I want to get a little bit more into that upper body before we get into our flow. Let's roll the shoulders up towards the ears. Deep breath in. And exhale, drop the shoulders down. Good. Inhale, rolling up. And exhale, rolling back. We're going to keep moving with this movement a little bit here just to get into the upper body. The first few don't always feel as tender. If you keep moving, sometimes you start to get those little clicks. Moving in, releasing some of that tension. If you wanted to add in that lovely rocking of the body, we can roll the shoulders up. We lean forward as we draw the shoulders back and the elbows come back, and then we draw in from your core, come back to an upright position as we roll the shoulders down. And then sitting maybe, oh, hello, seated cat pose. You can feel maybe the tightness, the spine needing that little release as we slowly roll the shoulders back up. Good. I invite you to take those as you need them. I'll give you a little count of 8 as we slowly roll. Again, you can take just the shoulders. You can add the center of the body as you draw forward and back. And seated cat and seated cow. Staying wherever you need to a little longer. Just honor the body for 8. Nice deep breath. A little smile as we move and listen to the body. 7. Beautiful work. 6. 5. Softening in the face. 4. 3. 2. And wherever you are, just finishing off at your own pace with that last breath, finding a nice upright position as you lead up for 1. Inhale and exhale. Good. We're going to take our head left to right slowly, just taking it ear to shoulder. Be really gentle. That is where I hold so much of my tightness. I say it quite often. So if you are the same as me, you might not. Some people hold it really tight at the hips, loads of areas. But if you're like me and that neck feels sensitive and soft, just take it slow. You don't have to move too far. Make sure we're not creeping the shoulders up. The shoulders draw down as we move the head. Good. Again, slow. Could be whatever pace is right. Always listening and honoring what you need for 8. Find a little breath for 7. I want to release here for 6. 5. A little smile if you like. 4. 3. Nice. 1, 2, and 1. Slowly finishing that, coming back to that nice upright position. Good. We're going to draw the chin down towards the chest. Feel how that feels. Shoulders draw down. Good. If that feels a lot, just stay here, close the eyes, and just sit with it. If you wanted a little more, you can use the hands like a sandbag. So we bend in the elbows, we bring the hands on the lower part of the head, like the top of the spine, and we just use the hands. Sometimes I like to interlace the fingers and just bring the hands behind the head. As we do so, we drop the shoulders down and we just slowly maybe use the hands to guide the chin a little further towards the chest. You also have the option to draw the elbows in towards the temples. And if it feels really strong, try not, again, we're not creeping the shoulders up, we're drawing the shoulders down, chin in. Remember, you are always in control. You can close the eyes if you like and just breathe into that space if it feels tender. Inhale. Let's let go of that tightness. Let's let go of that stress. Let's let go of that tenderness. Setting a little intention to feel a little lighter. Inhale, keeping the hands there if you chose to. Otherwise, just lifting the head. We're going to open those elbows wide. Look up towards the sky. You can let the chest draw forward if you like, little stretch in the back. Smiling if you want, heart open, ready to receive all the joyful moments to come in 2026, taking all the beauty with us from 25. Inhale. I'm going to slowly draw in from the core, come back up to nice tall position. Shoulders draw down. Option here, so the spine is tall, the shoulders are down, draw that chin in towards the chest. Last one. It feels really strong. You can just take the hands away. You can just have them resting really lightly. If you want a little bit more depth, let those elbows join. Inhale and exhale, softening in the forehead and the face for 3, 2, and 1. Breathing and coming all the way back up and bring those hands down. Good. We're going to draw the chin down and just roll little half circles, ear to shoulder. Again, if it's tight, just take it slow. So there's an area that feels really tender, stump. Sometimes it's nice to stop, take a deep breath. And even I'm trying to send the breath, almost imagine it going into those spaces, softening them. It's a lovely way to bring the mind to a beautiful space. And you're just really focusing on your body, the tenderness that it's holding. And really intentionally just saying, I release. I let go. Very beautiful, friends. 2, little smile if you like. And 1. Slowly bring the chin down, drop the shoulders down, looking up towards just the front. You got it. Inhale, roll the shoulders up one more time. And drop them back. Good. Find those circles again, rolling up. And back, really squeeze the shoulders up in towards the ears here, a little smile. And find the breath with it for 3. Good. 2. Amazing. And 1. Inhale. Exhale. Sometimes that feels extra good after being on a routine as we kind of lean back into a normal working week after that lovely kind of Christmas season. Beautiful. Making your way to tabletop with me, hands coming in line with the shoulders. Amazing. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to do a little movement to get into the core. So we're thinking about doing a little bit of our crunches on our knees. When we do that today, we're going to extend the leg out. We're going to draw the knee not just to the middle. We're going to lean forward and draw the knee as forward as we can. So we're working in that direction. If you find it quite strong in the upper body, we'll be building that little bit of work too. You can always come onto a fist if you like. But remembering that instead of just drawing the knee into the middle or the side, you can draw it much more forward and lean over those wrists. Good. You're also going to want to work thinking about drawing in from your core. So imagine we're working those crunches. Again, just getting a little bit into that digestive system, but really quite nice to do it from tabletop today. Awesome. So you've got the option as well to do just the middle, or we can move to the side and do hydrant pose, maybe even take it across the body if you like. All right, hands nice and wide. Inhale, right leg extends. We're going to bend that knee. Good. We're going to just start by just taking it into the middle. 2, just draw it in. And extend just our normal ones. And draw it in. That's a little crunch. And extend. Good. The next one, let's try. So we bend the knee. And instead of just keeping it here, we lean forward, draw the knee forward. You're going to feel that on the upper body. And then you lean back to that lovely center of balance and extend. Bending the knee. Again, let's come through. Draw in from your core, push into your hands. So you want to be feeling that push into the floor, palms pushing into the mat, knees drawing through, and extend. Good. Quite a bit of fire created there. And that last one, drawing in. Good. Push into the hands, push away from the floor. Feel that pull across the shoulder blades. Maybe draw the nose in. And inhale, extend. And exhale down. Fab. Good. So we'll do the same with the other side. 2 normal, just knee to the middle. And then 3 drawing that knee a little bit more forward, arching in the back, thinking about that strengthening. You get that lovely stretch, and we're thinking about that core, that crunch. Remembering, we'll take a little break from the wrists in a minute, but if you need to do from fists, it is all good either way. Inhale, left side. Good. Just our normal bend the knee, knees to nose. Love a little arch. Good. Inhale, extend, just feeling what that feels like today. Bending in, knee to nose. Good. Inhale, extending. Let's take it a little further. So see how that feels. We're going to draw the knee in. You can stay here, or we can lean forward. Reach the knee in between those hands. Push into the palms. Good. And slowly extend out. Good. Breathing a little smile. And in. Good. Reaching. Knee through. Push into those hands. Beautiful. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, extend. Good. Breathing in. Creating a little bit more fire knee. You can leave it in the center, or you can lean it forward. Feel that strengthening. Push into the hands and slowly extend. Beautiful. Bring the knee down. And just making your way to a little bit more upright position on the knees. Walk the hands up nice and tall. Let's interlace those fingers. Not done loads with the wrist. Roll those wrists. Awesome. Deep breath in. And slowly exhale. Fab. I'm going to come back to if there's a word that you're exploring, your sankalpa, your intention, few words, whatever it is, just maybe honor that. Bring the thought into your mind, maybe with a little smile and intention. Last night's moon was one of our most powerful full moons. We're so close. I don't know if anybody saw it, but always such a lovely symbol and a time to kind of just send that energy and manifest that, what it is that we might desire. So nice little day to kind of lean into that if you wanted. Good. Inhale, we're coming back up with those arms. And exhale, we're going to come back down into that lovely tabletop position. Again, I want you to listen to what you need for the wrists. It's up to you. Now, next option, we could do the same. You can draw the knee through into the middle, or inhale, extend. We're going to bend the knee. We're just going to open the knee wide, hydrant pose. Draw in from your core. It's almost like a dog having a wee, I suppose, on a fire hydrant in America, I suppose. We draw the knee forward, 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 maybe drawing it in towards that elbow. Good. Feeling strong, looking forward. Inhale, we extend it out. Good. Option to do that again. Knee bends, knee wide. Good. Hydrant. Working forward. We lean forward onto those hands, leaning forward. Maybe the knee can balance on that elbow. So we're looking to maybe bring the knee in between the elbow and the shoulder. It doesn't have to be there, but absolutely fine if it is. Third one, inhale. Bending in the knee, opening wide. Remember, you can draw them right through the middle if that feels easier. You want to lean forward. Good. Looking forward. 3. Soften in the face. 2 and 1. Nice work, everyone. Extend and bending in the knee. Coming back to that lovely tabletop position. Inhale, we're going to sink back to our child's pose. Just take the weight off the wrists a little bit here. Inhaling. And beautiful. Exhale. Feel that lovely softness. If you wanted to roll the wrists, if you can feel the pressure on them, we've not really been on them too much over the holiday. Just take some circles, some figure eights, and inhale, slowly coming all the way back up. Good. Listening to the hands, wrists, remembering you've got your option to come up. At the side, inhale, we're going to extend. Good. Option to bend. We open the knee out. Good. So from here, you can stay here, or you can just draw to the middle. Both are great and strong. Maybe drawing it forward. Remembering somewhere between that elbow and the shoulder, you can draw the knee in and hold it there. Inhale. Extend it out. Good. Softening in the face. Inhale, bending in the knee. Drawing it forward. Good. Feel strong. Draw it forward, forward, forward. And extend out. Nice one. Inhale. Maybe bending. Third one. You've got it. 3, 2, and 1. Coming all the way back. Beautiful. Bringing the knee in. Let's take the knees nice and wide. Big toes to top. Coming down either onto the forearms. Take the pressure off the wrist. Maybe stacking the fists or coming all the way down into your child's pose. Amazing. Just breathe here. Inhale. And slowly exhale. Softening in the face. Good. Relaxing in the jaw. Maybe a little smile here. Well done for meeting yourself on the mat today. Happy New Year, my friends. Nice to meet you on the mat together in another beautiful year. Lean in on our mats to support us through the good and maybe the challenging. Who knows what the year will bring? But knowing that it will catch us, that we've got the strength to tackle anything thrown our way. My wish for you is that your Sankalpa, your word, your intention, your wish definitely shows up for you as we move and flow. Inhale, let's push into the hands. Slowly bring the hands forward, lifting back up and bring the body back to that tabletop position. Okay, so our last little sequence here. Your option is to take at your own pace, drawing the knee in. You can stay in the middle, you can draw it forward, or I'm going to show you, we've not done them for a while, but we're going to go out, in, and maybe even across, trying to bring that knee across to the opposite elbow in that direction. You don't have to bring it there, but that's the direction we're heading across, thinking about getting that little crunch in the core. We're going to go middle, side, middle, across, and then the same on the other side if you fancy. If not, just stick any of them that feel good to you. Remember the option, if you want the stronger option, we draw in from your core and we lean forward as we draw the knee through. When you're ready, inhale, let's extend right side, bending in the knee. Yogi's choice, we're going to bring it through the middle, pushing into the hands, remember? So we're not sinking, no bending in the elbows. The arms are extended, knees drawing through strong. Breathe. Inhale, extend, little smile. You've got it. Let's bend in the knee. You're taking hydrant, open it wide. Inhale. We're going to draw it forward towards that elbow. Looking forward to feel that lovely strength. Inhale, extend. Good, back through the middle, drawing through. So draw it into the middle, push into the hands, maybe drop through a little further. Feel strong in that upper body. 3. Breathe, don't hold the breath. 2 and 1. Beautiful, extend, inhale. We're going to take it across if you want. It doesn't matter how far that goes, what that looks like. Just see how that feels. Inhale, extend in, and bring it down. Inhale, let's take the knees wide. Exhale, sink down. Just take a little bit of weight off the wrists, finding your wide like a child's pose. Maybe taking a little deeper, seeing how it feels compared to the first one we did at the beginning. Definitely already can feel a little openness in those. If not done loads in the hips, but enough that you can start to just feel the body leaning into your movement. Breathing in, softening the forehead, breathing out. Maybe a little smile if you like. Fab. Inhale, lifting back up. Let's do the last side. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Knees coming hip distance. Hands wherever feels comfortable for the wrists, but you want them in line with the shoulders. Good. Other side. Inhale, extend. Yogi's choice. Bend the knee, draw it into the middle, stay in the center, or lean forward. Remember, we're pushing into the hands. You're pushing away from the mat. Drawing that knee forward. Inhale, extend. Good. Breathing in. Maybe hydrant if you fancy drawing it forward. Good. And inhale, extend. Drawing it through. Hold, hold, hold. And back. Good. Inhale, maybe drawing it through. Maybe you want like a little bit of a cross. You got it. Inhale, extend. And slowly bending into that knee. Good. We're going to walk the hands in towards the knees this time and come all the way back up to that more upright position. Beautiful. Let's take the hands. We're going to get a little stretch into those wrists. So just roll the wrists for me in circles. You might have felt that. I don't know about you. I'm definitely feeling a little bit where breathing in and breathing out. Just haven't been, that's quite a sequence on the wrist, isn't it? So take some time to release. Maybe roll the other direction. 3. Breathing in and out. 2. Little smile if you like. And 1. Good. Shake it out. Just let it go. If you need to move them hands in any other way, just use them innately up and down, nice and loose. Maybe circles here. Shake, shake, shake. All good. Deep breath in. Thumbs to sternum. Drop the shoulders down. Just feel that lovely, almost like you're in Tadasana. Squeeze and tuck under in the pelvis. Draw the chin in, feeling strong. We're on the knees. We can still feel strong here. Drawing in from the core. Deep breath in. Little smile and exhale. Fabulous work so far. Awesome. All right, so from here, we're going to build into a little bit of our downward dog. So we're going to come into hands in line with the shoulders. I know we're back on those wrists. Let's tuck those toes, arch the spine, and lift up into your downward dog. Now, this one is the first we've really worked hamstrings. We've done lots of upper body, push into the toes. Just want you to walk the heels. See how that feels for you this morning. Good. This afternoon, whatever you do in the class, just feel that lovely little bit of movement. What's going on in the backs of the legs? Breathe. Maybe swing the head left to right. Don't worry too much about the shape you're making. Just think about what it's feeling like for you. Do you want to lean back a little further to more traditional posture? Do you want to really lean into the toes? Sometimes when we get new shoes, maybe we're not in the usual shoes we're in, maybe we're in trainers or Uggs. Maybe we've been wearing fancy shoes to go out for dinners. You know, just feel what the body needs from this today. 3, what's going on in the feet, the backs of the legs, those hammies too. And 1, beautiful. Let's find some lovely bent knees. Extend those arms, extend the tailbone up. Work the biceps out and down away from the ears. Maybe looking somewhere in the middle of the hands and the feet. You just want that lovely long line. The neck doesn't feel like it's looking up forward or crunching down towards the chest too much, just long lines. Good, knees can be bent as we push into the palms and shift the weight back. Breathe with me in. And now maybe working to extend those legs a little, draw in from your core. We're going to come up to the tops of the toes, step, or if you're in the mood, hop. We use our core to kind of hop forward and fold down, belly on top of the legs. Good, checking in. What I want us to do, we're going to take a stretch in the hands, especially where we've been working a little bit on those wrists. Just take the hand, you're going to bring your toes onto kind of that crease where the wrist kind of meets the forearm. We're going to tuck under, the back of the hand comes onto the mat, and you're going to just step on it. Do you see? So my foot's on the palm of the hand, back of the hand's on the mat, and I've got the toes just kind of where the wrist meets the forearm. Other side, if that feels comfortable, just getting a little massage here as you bend the knees. So both hands underneath. Just breathing in and out. If you wanted, you can work just in little pieces. So work to extend maybe a little bit of those legs. Maybe draw the chest forward. Breathing in, maybe a little bend down. Good. Pushing, maybe just rocking a little bit the weight forward and back on the hands. Inhale. And maybe playing with working into those hammies. Looking forward slightly. And see if you can drop the shoulders down. Just feel with me and slowly rocking forward and back, giving the hands, the wrists that little stretch, little massage that they need. Relax the neck. And the last one, maybe working with the extended chest. A little bit forward, softening the forehead. Good. In 3, 2, and 1. Just to release the hands. Notice how that feels. Find a halfway lift. Maybe we take the one with the hands up the legs just to start. Draw the elbows in. Chest forward, breathing in. And exhale, bend the knees. And work to extend those arms up, up, up. You have the option to take a little back bend here, breathing in. And as we exhale, tuck under in the pelvis. Draw in from the core, thumbs in, draw those shoulders down. Nice job, everyone. Inhale, a little smile if you like. And exhale. Drop the shoulders down, squeeze in those glutes. You want the legs to be feeling strong. You want the shoulders drawing down, the chin coming down, forehead softening. And again, the eyes of your gaze can be wherever you like. I often like to close my eyes and just soak up the strength that you can channel from Tadasana, from climbing that mountain. We got to the top of Mountain 2026. We're going to take with it all the things we've learned, all the beauty, all those beautiful moments that we don't want to let go of. We can leave the rest somewhere in 2025, honoring it as part of our story, part of our lives, part of our chapter, leaning into a new chapter in our book. Inhaling and slowly exhaling. Beautiful. If you've closed the eyes, a really nice way to come out of that is to rub the hands together. You might even create a little heat if it's chillier in your house like mine, you can bring the hands over the eyes, just finding that little bit of change of the senses, and then begin to just flutter the eyes open, coming back into the space. Nice one. I invite you to have a little sip if you've got a drink. Cheers, Meg. We're just friends. Awesome. So we're going to do some sun salutations, and we are going to warm the body up. This is going to be the bit of the class where we're really kind of option to heat up. And the movement we did on the floor where we extended the knee forward, you can do that from downward dog. And so I'm going to take you through that. It doesn't put as much pressure on the wrists as we do from the knees, but if you wanted to just come to the knees and draw the knee through, you don't have to draw it forward. You can just take that from the knees as well. If it feels a little bit too much to do it from downward dog, you'll get that heart rate going. If you did want to have a go from downward dog, see how you get on, and we can take the knee wide as well in the hydra through. And there's a little bit more room when we're not on the knees to draw that knee through into the crossbody option. So see how you get on with me. But this is going to be our little bit of our fire in our flow, a little bit more warmth and a little bit of challenge. So again, just come to the knees and repeat the movement that we did before. It is all good. Getting a little bit more into that core, that little twist. It's working the digestive system in order to kind of just reset after, I don't know about you, but I definitely indulged this season. And that's what it's about, isn't it? Feet hip distance, coming to your lovely Tadasana pose. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale, drop the shoulders back, chest is open. Good, but we don't, the back arch, you want to tuck under and squeeze right in from the core. Thumbs and rotating outwards, palms facing that side, shoulders down, chin in. Feeling strong in your Tadasana. Good, inhale, we reach up. Good. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Let's do our two little movement just to warm up those hamstrings. Reach forward, bend down over the toes, draw the nose in. Inhale, halfway lift. Yogi's choice, whether it's fingertips forward, chest through, or hands coming up. Bend the knees deep, big swoop up with those arms. Little back bend, soften in the forehead. Exhale, tuck in under in the pelvis, thumbs in. Amazing. Inhale, reaching up. Hinge at the hips. Second one, let's hold here, reach. Feel that lengthening. Feel the hammy saying hello to you. Good. As we draw the chest forward, then fold down. Knees can be bent. As you draw the nose down, you can maybe work to extend a little bit more into those hamstrings. Halfway lift, yogi's choice. Again, fingertips forward, leaning forward with the chest rather than back into the heels. If you've got fingertips forward or drawing the hands up, good. Breathing in, bending the knees deep, big scoop up. And exhale, tucking under, thumbs in, draw the shoulders down. You've got it, team. And we're going to work here from our downward dog. We're going to have a little play with our salutations and heat up. So options are all there. Come to the knees or child's pose if you just need a break or you wanted to do it in a different way. You kind of let the body tell you what you need. Reaching up and hinge at the hips. Fold down over the toes. Inhale, halfway lift. A little bit quicker. Let's bend the knees. We're going to bring the hands forward. You're going to step or hop back to your high plank. Good. From here, we're going to lower down so you can come onto the knees and lower down, or you can slowly push into the toes, come and let the weight come over the wrist. If the upper body feels strong, lower that body down. Elbows coming towards the body and slowly come down, untuck those toes. Roll the shoulders up and back. Elbows come in. Good. Elbows are coming in towards the body as we lift into maybe a little mini cobra or a little bit higher. Drop the shoulders down, chest comes through. Breathing in. Amazing. And exhale, coming down. This is where we tuck our toes. Use your core, coming up to your tabletop. Good. Inhale, tuck those back toes, lifting up into your downward dog. Good. Swing the hips if you like. Inhale, we're going to extend the right leg. Good. Bending in the knee. What I want you to do, that back leg, you can be on the toes, back knee can be bent. We're going to draw the right knee through. So you can bring it into the middle a little bit, or you can lean through. Bring the knee over those hands. Push into the hands. Good. Inhale and extend. Good. Great job. Bending in the knee, opening it wide like a hydrant. Good. So you can stay here. You can come to the knees and do it, or we can lean forward, draw forward, bending a little bit in that front elbow. Knee comes up towards that elbow strong. I know it is. You've got it. Inhale, extend. Good. Slowly deciding whether you're going to bring the knee in a little bit or leaning forward. Lots of options. Listen to your body. And last one, inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, knee comes into the middle. You can stay here. You can swing it across. See if you can bring it over to the other elbow. Inhale, extend. Nice work. Bending the knee. Bring the feet back to your downward dog. Inhale, look forward between the thumbs. Tops of the toes, step or hop forward. Good. Folding down over those toes. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Beautiful. Chest draws forward, softening the forehead, bending in the knees, big scoop up. Breathing in, taking a little breath here. Now, if you found that heating up, maybe you find the heart rate going, or if you found it challenging, we're just finding that little bit of push. And remember, it's up to you. You know so many other options that could support you. If it feels too much to bring the knee that forward, just leave it. A nice one to build towards, and really great working the whole body here, team, getting that heart rate going, feeling alive, right? That heart rate, that breath, that warmth, really just leaning into feeling alive, feeling the body, and feeling grateful for that, feeling grateful to be able to lean into this beautiful new year. As we kind of take our next movement, I want you to come back to your Tadasana pose, come back to your Sankalpa, or maybe the words that you're leaning into. Maybe play with the word. You can change it. Never feel stuck. You might go, oh, I think joy. Maybe I think balance. Maybe I think joy and balance. Maybe I think laughter. Maybe I think lightness. Whatever it is, playfulness. But find a word that really resonates with you this year, or a few if it feels really good. You'll know. You'll just know. Inhaling and slowly exhaling out. All right, my friends, other side, reaching up. Exhale, hinging up the hips, reach forward. Good. Holding down over those toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Good, feel the chest drawing through, softening in the forehead, bending in the knees. Good, bring the hands forward. Step or hop back to your high plank. You can come down to the knees, or you can hold your plank. If you're in your plank, we don't want bum sticking up. We want to draw them down. Work the heels away, and then think that lovely little movement. Chest draws through a little bit as we push into the hands. Good. Just make sure you're not locking those back knees. Feeling strong. 3, 2, and when lowering down either via the knees or lean forward, push into the toes, lean forward over the wrist. If the upper body's feeling good, lower down. Up to you. So different for everybody in our bodies. That upper body sometimes is strong, sometimes that's our area where we just feels a little bit less strong. Let's roll the shoulders up and back. Inhale, elbows coming in. Taking another little cobra. Good, chest draws through, shoulders down, deep breath in. Soften in the face and slowly come down. Great. Are you ready? Let's take our little bit of sequence coming back up to tabletop. Tuck those toes. Inhale, coming up to your downward dog. You can also stay on the knees here if that feels right. Inhale, we're going to extend that left leg. All right, so the right leg, you can have the knee bent. We're shifting the weight to the toes, bending in the knee. Let's draw it through. So you can bring it a little bit to the middle, or you can draw it right through between those hands. Good, feel that strength. Keep pushing the hands into the floor, pulling the kind of back body so that you feel that strength in the upper body. Extend, bending in the knee, opening it wide, finding your hydra. Bring the knee in towards that elbow. Inhale, extend. You've got it. Inhale, exhale through. Holding where you feel comfortable. Remember, you can come to the knees if you need to. Last one, inhale. Maybe drawing it across the body. See if you can find that elbow. Inhale, extend. Nice one, everybody. Bringing the foot down. Good. Breathing in. Come to the tops of the toes. Step or use your core. Bend the knees and hop forward. Good. Find that beautiful forward fold. Take a breath. Inhale. Find a lovely halfway lift. Good. And bend the knees, softening in the forehead or reaching up. Reaching the arms beside the ears. And exhale. Thumbs coming down. Noticing if you can feel that in the hands, the arms, the upper body. As the heart rate started to kind of flutter a little bit for you, just find that lovely, slow, controlled breath, softening in the forehead, inhaling, and slowly exhaling out. Bringing both hands down alongside the body, roll the shoulders up, and then draw the Thumbs out, palms facing forward, tucking under and squeezing in the glutes, strong in the navel. Good, eyes can be closed, looking down. Oh, just lovely, soft gaze forward. Take a few deep breaths in, feeling the strength, any change in the body. Can you feel the heart rate, any warmth? Soften in the forehead. Maybe turn the outer edges of the mouth upward, just enjoying that heat, enjoying that little bit of shift in the body, feeling alive. Welcoming yourself into the new year. Inhale and exhale, let it go through the mouth. One more breath like that. Beautiful cleansing breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Fab. Just open and close the hands. Slowly begin to flutter the eyelids open. And coming back to a nice upright position, standing up. Good. If you've got a drink, come and join me. Cheers, everybody. Fab. All right. So from here, we're going to just take one more standing pose, a little bit of balance. If you need a wall or a chair, go for it. We're going to take our Garudasana balance, our eagle. So we're going to just do that, especially to get into the shoulders from a physical point of view, but also a nice point of view, just to lean into balance. See where we're at. If you feel wobbly, no worries. Let's just kind of lean into that as we move through the practice. Inhale, let's reach the arms wide. Good, you're gonna take your left hand, you're gonna bring it across and see how far you can go. If the back body's really tight, bring the hands across and find a lovely little hug. So the hands are coming back as far as possible. It doesn't matter where your elbows are. If it's really tight, take it here. If you notice when you take that hug that the elbows cross over, you might be able to just let the backs of the hands draw in towards each other, so that they're kind of just resting there, or maybe the right hand can wiggle around. Now remembering, it never has to look like this. It might look like this. It might be absolutely better to stay in the hug. So that's different for everybody. It depends how tight the back body is. That's all it is. It's just how tight those muscles are. And everybody holds that tightness in different areas. So wherever you are, just find that lovely pose. Inhale, we're gonna lift the elbows up. First, we're gonna use the Garudasana arms to get into that back body. So we're gonna squeeze the shoulders down. Good. So we want the head into the center. We'll do that again. Bring the elbows down. Inhale, lift the arms up. Elbows stay lifted and we squeeze. You can see the shoulder blades are drawing down away from the ears. Got a little itch. Good. 3. Relaxing in the forehead. 2. And 1. As you squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Release that tightness. Slowly bring the elbows down and shake it out. Inhale, maybe moving the head left to right. And exhale, just letting go. Beautiful. Other side, we'll use the arms to get into that upper body. Reach the arms wide. This time it's the right hand. So right hand comes on top of the left. Start with the hug. Remembering, if it's here, we can lift the elbows up and squeeze the shoulder blades down. You still get a great effect here. It's all good no matter where your body is. Listening. Remembering, one pose is not better than the other. It is all just how does the movement make you and your body feel? What do you need from it? That's all it is. Trying to let go of that comparison and just be with yourself, taking care of your needs in each given moment. Bring the backs of the hands together if that feels good, or wrap them around. Good. Inhale, let's lift up. We'll do it from the side here. And as we exhale, we're going to squeeze the shoulder blades down, but keep those elbows lifted. Softening in the forehead, little smile if you like, for 3. Amazing. 2. Squeeze, and 1. Coming down, we'll do 1 more. Inhale. Good. Imagine you're just letting stress leave the body, feeling it as you squeeze. Oh, that is my little area. This is one of those poses. I always brag about the fact that they took it from yoga into physio. So helpful. Relaxing in the forehead, drop it down, and bring the arms out. Good. Deep breath with me in. Slowly exhale this time. Dreamy. All right, let's take our Garudasana balance. Arms come wide. Inhale. bending in the knees. We're going to shift the weight towards the right-hand side, and that left leg's going to come in. The toes can either come beside, or you can imagine you're crossing the legs like on a chair. So you can bring the knee across, and you can keep the arms wide and lean forward, kind of like an eagle and flying, or you can take that left arm across, give yourself a hug, and lean forward, or the backs, the hands maybe wrap around and reach forward. Up to you. Good. The left foot only, if you feel really balanced, you can see if it'll tuck back. Again, some people never get the tuck back. It's not that you don't get it, it's just that your body doesn't do that. It doesn't have to. 3, 2, and 1. Don't worry if you're a bit wobbly, coming all the way back up, coming out. Beautiful. Now, if you feel like you need to hold onto a wall, just keep the arms and the eagle arms wide and hold on to that, or a chair. Awesome. Breathing in. Slow exhalation out. Don't forget to breathe in your balance. So we're going to bring the arms wide, bend the knees. Good. This time it's going to be the right toes that come either into the side. We can lean forward. If you want to keep balancing, you're going to play with it. Cross that right knee over. So imagine you're sat on a chair, bending into that left leg. Good. You can lean forward, arms here. You can bring the right hand on top and give yourself a hug. Good. If you know that your body kind of takes it to that lovely little swivel, you can bring the backs of the hands together and you can swivel the hands around, maybe reaching forward. Good. Try and find something not moving. So if you're looking at me, you're more likely to wobble. If the back toes do tuck, you reach forward, feeling that lovely length. Deep breath in and out. See where that breath goes. 3, nice little smile. 2, and 1. Lifting up, unraveling the legs and the arms, reaching wide and down. Bring the feet out so that they're nice and hip distance, feeling soft. Let's take our lovely little somatic movement with the body and drop it into our lovely Shavasana. So inhale, roar, reach the arms up. Exhale, swing the body down, reach the hands back. Inhale up, we're going to open the hands wide. Good, breathing in and down. In and down. Try and find a breath as the arms are opening, reaching up. And exhaling. It's fine if it doesn't exactly match. Just find that lovely flow. Try not to force it. See if you can find, kind of like when we do our Kundalini circles, can you find that rhythm where the body just wants to flow and go there? Let go. Anything at all, at any size. Deep breaths. Let's just leave it all on the mat today. 3, resetting the whole mind and body. 2, and 1. Bringing the hands up, maybe coming back to standing. When you're ready, bring the palms in. Just close the eyes. And a nice, slow, steady breath. As you stand, just take any movement that you need here. Any breath that feels natural to you, or if you need it a little bit deeper, just use your intuition to guide you. Let the outer edges of the mouth curve up in a little smile as the eyes fall heavy. 3. Maybe breathing in and out with me. 2, and 1. I want you to take the hands while they're here, just over above the heart. Just maybe making that little wish, that Sankalpa. And if you've not found it yet, that's okay. Play with the words and see if they stick. I'm wishing all that you desire as you move into the new year in your heart. I'm going to ask you to move the thumbs up in so that they're just resting on the lips. I wish you nothing but kindness, kind words, being able to speak your truth, set your boundaries, and having a beautiful, healthy year. New words. And then lifting the thumbs up into that space between the eyebrows. And I hope that you allow your intuition, your gut to guide you. through all the waves that may come. Trusting you've got everything you need to tackle the tough stuff. Inhale, keeping the eyes soft, reach the arms up, breathing in, palms separate, arms alongside the ears, little smile. Exhale, bring the hands forward, coming down onto all fours. Good. Invite you to wrap up warm, lay back if you'd like. Find your Shavasana so you can stay upright. If you're feeling really soft, you can lay back. Grab your warmer items, maybe grab a blanket, have that last sip of your drink, and just drop down into your beautiful Shavasana pose. Allowing the body just to find a really gorgeous space to rest and reset. Allow the forehead to really soften and trace down the face as you settle into that movement, releasing any tightness, narrowing out the little creases we might be holding alongside the eyes here, softening in the jaw. Really nice one. Maybe even move the jaw a little bit side to side. Inhale and exhale. Allow the back body to melt. Draw the shoulders down. Let the whole of the back body feel connected to the floor. Noticing the pressure points that you feel really meeting the mat and feeling the mat supporting you. Remembering as we lean into this year, this is your space. This is your time. This is your quiet. Maybe just leaning into what the mat can bring you. Whether it's in a guided class or you just don't know what you need or where you're at, just lean into maybe getting yourself laying down, stopping and resetting, taking a lovely little body scan on your own if you ever need it. Your mat is always here for you. With everything softening, just allow the body. I want you to trace from the crown of the head down, everywhere that you set, that lovely little light. Imagine there's light on the crown, softening the body, and that light starts to spread. Spreading down the forehead, the face, the hair, the ears, the whole of the face. Let that light just soften you. Let the body begin to continue to melt and feel the light as it travels down. Almost everywhere it's touching, it's allowing you to relax. You can feel that bright light surrounding you as it travels down the neck, over the shoulders, on the front, and you can even feel the warmth as it draws across the back body and all the way down. The light begins to travel down to the belly, all the way, covering you to the hips, the arms, the hands. You can feel the warmth and the light, the lightness. Just let that light in. Let the light support and helping you relax and feel protected, supported, guided. And allow that light to continue to draw down past the hips, all the way down the tops of the legs, all the way down the front and the backs of the legs, coming to the feet, and let the light travel all the way down, even covering the bottom of the feet, every little toe in between the toes. I want you to just feel that brightness that's resonating from you, from the crown of the head, wrapping around you almost like a present. And you can feel that light almost supporting you, protecting you, helping you relax and rest and reset. Breathing in and slowly breathing out, just feeling the lightness created in this image. And as you lay there, just coming back to your Sankalpa today, trusting that your wish, what you want, where you want to be, it matters. Maybe leaning a little into your word and allowing the outer edges of the mouth curl up, enjoying a little smile. Just breathe it in and breathe out, that beautiful light, the warmth, almost as if you can feel the warmth of a beach. Let that smile guide you as you soften into today's Shavasana. Just stay there, Rest in, reset in. Let that light and that softness, that peace and that rest guide you into the beautiful month of January. All my love and light. Wishing you a wonderful Sunday. Stay as long as you like. Have a great day. Peace and love, my friend.